Are you feeling overloaded with Red Dead Redemption 2 information yet? Well, if you said no, then good, because we've got at least 2 more videos coming on the channel. This one is one of them included, so I should have said 1. But then also later today, we've got more information on the new Red Dead Redemption 2 companion app here on the ranch for your latest and greatest Red Dead Redemption 2 information, speculation, and more. So VG247 or VG247 have just released a new article with a Q&A with Rockstar Games titled "How Advanced AI and Physics Create the Most Believable Open World Yet." And within here we have possibly some of the final details we'll ever find out before we get our hands on this beautiful game. Some people, without name dropping, already have the game in their hands and are playing it right now as we speak. So it's safe to say that from here on out there will probably be less and less information in these last 48 hours. Across the massive landscape, you can speak with any character by squeezing the left trigger and selecting a positive or negative interaction. These play out differently each time based on the context, your clothes, bloodstains, mud, location, what the NPC is doing at the time, and of course your honor rating, and even down to the minute detail of how much alcohol that you've consumed and more, which already off the bat sounds absolutely incredible. Phil Hooker, the director of technology at Rockstar Games, said that he loves interacting with the pedestrians. Even we are surprised every day by dialogue we haven't heard before and how it all plays out. It can be entirely contextual to the person you are interacting with and what they're doing, so there's always something new to see and hear. For example, if a witness catches you doing something, Arthur may say something like cussing. He even went on to explain that if you chase a witness into the woods, sometimes Arthur Morgan right off the bat without any contextual direction will just shout out things such as "come on out" or "I'm going to find you." It's these sort of interactions that always make the game feel new and fresh, and you are the one behind the controls. Now, those of you wondering how Red Dead Redemption is going to fare against GTA, even though that is an unfair comparison, they did touch light on it, saying that Red Dead Redemption is slower paced than GTA, but it's also deeply textured and extremely detailed. That came through in the graphics in general, as Alex said, but also in the detail of what the scene contains. For GTA, we needed a crowd to walk the streets. For Red Dead Redemption, we had to have a populated town of recognizable individuals, and each character in that town needs to be believable and seen doing something meaningful. It's such a complex mixture of animation, AI, and dialogue that we couldn't unravel it without a fear of breaking such a complex game. The truth is, every part of the team came out working on GTA 5 Next Gen with a real understanding of the hardware and incredible passion and motivation to carry out numerous technical revolutions in nearly every area. Because you can do all these things with people in the world, you expect to have similar interactions with the law. If you are hunting carefully, you will find herbivores fleeing in the opposite direction of a predator if they are close to one another. It's not something that's limited to herbivores. Further up the food chain, you could also encounter wolves fleeing a grizzly bear if they find themselves at a disadvantage, or a predator's location might be given away by a desperate fight back from an unfortunate group of ambient riders. But even subtle differences between the different breeds of horse, slight variations in how they move, as well as more advanced riding techniques that unlock as you bond with them. Eventually, you'll be able to ride your steed like a show horse, performing dressage and making tight turns at high speed. We used EUPHORIA specifically to enhance the physics-based reactions of both humans and animals, and have really evolved it on Red Dead Redemption 2. For example, if a rider's horse is shot, then there are a range of realistic outcomes, like rolling off the horse, being dragged in the stirrups, or even being trapped under a dead horse and fighting to get free. Enemies now have a greater array of reactions if they're injured, and if you try to lasso an enemy, they will sometimes try and reach the rope or even fire a few shots in the struggle to get free. This is all in addition to fine-tuning the classic western stunt falls that were present in the original game, and much more. Some of the coolest implementations in Red Dead Redemption 2 are about making human and animal collisions more impactful, making sure running your horse into vehicles, trees, or buildings feels suitably intense. This part of our larger goal to always make you feel like you're physically in the world, and also that there are consequences to being careless with your animal. However, EUPHORIA isn't just part of how we simulate and animate characters. We have radically overhauled our entire animation system to create more more accurate human-like and animal-like behavior across the board. So that is amazing information. Official words from Rockstar mentioning Euphoria and reassuring us that it is much better than Red Dead Redemption 1. Couldn't be more excited. There is tons of information in this article and I've only scratched the surface, but I think I'm going to link it down in the description below for you guys to go through, but I've definitely touched on the most ambitious and biggest parts of this article that have been stated by Rockstar Games. From the information we've been provided, we can definitely gather a good idea of how Red Dead Redemption 2 will play out in things such as collisions with our horse and how the animations will work when we're shooting enemies. I think the most exciting thing about this is how Rockstar Games are reassuring us that it's very real. The statement the other day that we heard that every NPC has 80 pages of dialogue is becoming more and more of a reality. Honestly, 48 hours to go until Red Dead Redemption 2 and I couldn't be any more happier. Let me know what you guys think about this information down below, and as always, stay cool, stay awesome, and adios.